Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? We are back here for our part 2 of Liberty Falls Easter Egg Run Guide. We had some issues before in the past where the mic quality wasn't coming through on the stream. And we think we've resolved most of those, so we're going to give this another go here. The challenge that we're going to do today is complete the Easter egg. We'll do directed mode solo. And this is going to kind of give us an overview. I'm going to spend some time going through each of the different pieces of a build, what's strong, what I suggest, what you guys can do to improve your game. So we're going to start out with the loadout here, and I think the best way to go in this regard is an assault rifle. Now, anything you can use if you like, but the assault rifle, specifically the Krig C, is hands down one of the best guns in zombies at the moment. This is subject to change if they do any updates in the future. Model L is a close second to this. Model L, if you notice, the damage values are identical. However, the damage range is a little bit further on the Model L, and the hip fire, movement speed, that kind of thing is better on the Krig C. So because of that, we're gonna roll with it here. I'm gonna show you guys a quick what my setup is, what I suggest. So for the optics, you can go and do whatever you want for the optics. Personally, I like the Kepler Microflex. It is the most minimal thing that you're gonna see on the screen. It kind of holds it off and to the side and doesn't block too much of your screen. And then as far as muzzle, hands down, the one upgrade you need on a gun, if you choose no attachments whatsoever, if you're only going with one attachment, even though you can equip 8, I recommend that you use the suppressor. This chance to drop extra salvage is a godsend, and that in tandem with Vulture Raid and the minor attribute of that dropping additional salvage is just amazing. For reinforced barrel here is the barrel that we're going to use. It gives you damage range and bullet velocity. When you stack that up, I'm going to push 2 here so you guys can see the statistics. You have the CHF barrel, which I highly recommend if you're not going to use the reinforced barrel, because it increases your damage factor by 9% on headshot. And most of the time in zombies, you're shooting headshots only anyways. However, your gun recoil kick is pretty dramatic. Short barrel is shorter damage range and worse bullet velocity, so I don't recommend that one. Long barrel is longer damage range, but worse bullet velocity. And for this map and most maps, you're not really gonna be pushing the damage range to 50 meters if you're gonna kill a zombie. When you do your trains, you kind of serpentine around, and at best they're gonna be, I don't know, 10-15 meters in front of your max. So this is good, but it's just not the best in slot in my opinion. And then for the gain twist, shorter damage range, even faster bullet velocity. So there's an argument to be made here that you should use this one. However, I like to stick with reinforced barrel. It's kind of the best of both worlds. Ranger foregrip, hands down. Vertical foregrip is awesome if you're looking for recoil, but Ranger foregrip is the only foregrip in any of these categories here for most weapons and zombies that provides additional aim walking movement speed. See that? Sorry, sprinting movement speed, 6%. In zombies, you sprint a lot, and I recommend that anything for mobility that you can take, you do. Extended Mag 2, combined with Pack-a-Punch, this gun can hold 141 rounds in the magazine. It's insane. The amount of reload speed loss that comes from Extended Mag is enough to say that Extended Mag 2 wins, because you're reloading far less frequently with 140 rounds in the mag. And combined with Speed Cola and Classic Formula, you're gonna put rounds into your gun faster than you need anyways. Rear grip, I like quick draw grip. I suggest in zombies when you're playing to look at how much time do you spend sprinting and how much time do you spend aiming down sights, and what's the best of both. Because if you look at the quick draw grip, you can see I have about 205 in aim down sight speed and 220 in sprint to fire speed. With assault grip, I've got 280 and 130. Now, combined, that being 410 milliseconds, 410, that is lower than the quick draw grip. However, not every time are you sprinting do you go into shooting. So I like to do quick draw grip just because it is a faster aim down sight speed slightly, and Anything I can do to reduce that as much as possible is kind of the winner here. The rest of them do not give you any benefits for that, and I'm not sliding and shooting like a CQB grip. We're gonna roll with quick draw. Balance stock, best in slot. Secondary could be no stock. Movement speed, 10% is kind of a big one. Crouch movement speed, you never crouch and walk in zombies. You know, and if you do, tell me why. But for movement speed, I like having a pretty decent movement speed, and aim down sight speed is really important. That in tandem with the stalker perk and stamina up is a great combo. So we're gonna just keep this one on because aim walking is important. And then recoil springs, I like this over rapid fire. A lot of the time rapid fire can cause you to waste bullets that you otherwise should be putting on target, and if you had a slower rate of fire you might be able to control it better. The recoil springs is the go-to for me. Field upgrades, I like Frenzy Guard. You could also use Aether Shroud. Both are really solid lifelines to get you out of a bad spot. Decoy, best in slot in my opinion. Stim shot you could do as a close second, but decoy, if you're surrounded, it gets you out. And then lethal, I do combat axe. It just depends on what kind of Easter egg you're running. Like if I was running Citadel de Mortis, I'm gonna use Molotov, and if I'm doing Terminus, I would probably want to run like an impact grenade or a C4, kind of do some setup. But with this one, I like the combat axe, especially if you get surrounded. It's kind of a good one to get you out. Let's go over the augments here. Under equip augments, I recommend you use Stalker Quarterback. Quarterback is huge because if you're able to sprint and apply armor plating, you're in a good spot. And then Stalker, faster aim down sight. Walking speed combined with the balance stock, you're hauling. And if you're using an SMG like the Tonto or the SOG, you're gonna actually walk faster while aiming down sights than if you were just normally walking, and that is super fun. Quick revive, dying wish of course is the best, and then ceramic return. I don't have any teammates, I'm playing solo, so kind of forgive that one. Reactive armor and jug is better in my opinion than probiotics. Some people like the extra health, but this is essentially Widow's Wine. You know, why wouldn't you have an additional perk? Mealy Macchiato, Espresso is my favorite. This is great in the swords Easter egg. We don't really use this perk in this run, so whatever you like is the best. Speed Cola, gotta go classic formula, quick swap. Ball trade, Fed Ed upgrade, that ID upgrade if you want to call it. You get your field upgrade back, which is kind of restoring your lifeline, and then carry-on luggage is the best. Extra salvage, I mean, you'll notice this is the 4th perk I'm going to pick up. PhD flopper, Dr. Ram is amazing. Get out of jail free card if you're surrounded and you need to do attack sprint. And then Turbologist is fantastic for sliding. It kind of gives you like a glitch slide that makes you go a little bit further than you should. Deadhead and Dead Break, increased armor damage, increased crit damage. Way to go. And then Elemental Pop, I use Electric Cherry and Chill Berry, so that way I'm getting the benefits of additional perk, kind of like Juggernog with Widow's Wine, and Chill Berry lets my procs happen faster. With ammo mods here, I got Lightning Strike Haste on Deadwire. This is really good. It just clears out a lot of the map and it's cooling down quickly. Napalm Burst, I like Firebomb Incendiary because burned enemies explode, causing nearby enemies to burn, and then each damage tick has a small chance to spread to another enemy, so it cascades. It kind of like spreads out. So when you're running Deadwire on your gun and you have Elemental Pop, this procs, it's awesome. Cryo Freeze, we got Ice Cloud, Liquid Nitrogen. I like having this pop as often as possible if I use it on my primary, and Ice Cloud's great because it just kind of does a local interrupt. So that is the setup here. Now we are going to actually run into the match. Make it happen here. While we're waiting for this to load, thank you all for being a part of the ride, the journey, the channel. These are just some of the first few videos you've ever seen me make. Trying to start up the YouTube career here and have that dream come true. Pretty ball. All right. So as we spawn in here, we're gonna hit a couple of things. There's this person down here in the ground we can take out, as well as in the car most of the time. Those are free kills that give you points. And then we're gonna run up here, trigger this door. This is where the wonder weapon's at. A lot of extra kills, a lot of extra points. We want those. Go trigger the voice prompt.
Half-ass blueprint. Might be worth a closer look.
Excellent. Armor plating and bonus salvage is fantastic. Now that we cleared out, got enough, we're going to walk through the first barricade and go hit the stamina. Crouch next to every machine, gives you a bonus 100 points.
We lost contact with 3 of our scientists in town.
Cue ball and grab our free 100 points here, and then we're also going to shoot the beer cans on top of the table to get our third number in the code, which is 45. That'll let us unlock the bank vault.
Good find.
And we're going to open up our waterworks for the next step of the Easter egg. The goal here is to just kind of rush out to the church as fast as possible. Try to nail those headshots, get your salvage, and then crouch next to your perks. Hit PhD flopper here, grab our bonus loose change. Then we're going to run around here because it's easier than being on top of the steps for training. Start that next round. Liberty Lanes is also a great area to train. This is a huge, open, perfectly square
Sorry you came here yet.
space. It's awesome.
Anyone had to show up. I'm glad it was you.
You can see there's a Tonto on the wall over here. Typically, I like to stick with the gun I bring in. You can do saved zombie builds by pressing 1 when you're in the gunsmith. So whenever you do pick up a gun off the wall, it has your pre-curated roll drops. So if I did buy this, it would have extended mag, balanced stock, the whole 9 yards, right? But again, we're going to stick with the gun that we got to start with here. Foster it into something great. Get a couple more zombies. Miss all of our shots on that zombie. This guy, he's down here in the bottom. Good. If you're playing on non-directed mode, over here in the corner is a free power-up perk. You can shoot it and it'll spawn right at your feet. There is another one of those perks over on the other side of the map for bonus points. I'll show you where that's at later. Crouch next to that, get the loose change. Save up enough money here. We're going to try to buy our way into the church. If you're playing in directed mode, you won't be able to shoot. There's a zombie skull up there on the top. If you have a grenade, I'll show you this one for example. I'm not guaranteeing this is going to work, but you can hit it and it'll cause a bunch of drops to drop on the ground, including a weapon upgrade that'll bring you to green tier. Let's try this.
Sending stun.
Oh. Boom, pop, didn't do anything. Alright, now we're gonna hit this frag grenade here. Give it a cook. Boom. See, that's about as perfect as you can get to nailing that. It will explode if you're playing on regular mode, game mode. Good thing to do. So we got enough. We're gonna go into the church, hit these crystals. They respawn every so often. I would say every round a couple of them do come back up. Make sure you're hitting them. They got free salvage. Anything helps in the early game. Fantastic. We're going to start up the Easter egg. Press F on the machine to do so. And we're going to look for a groundskeeper. The groundskeeper is wearing plaid. He's going to have a key. We need that.
Keep coming. I got nowhere to be but here.
focusing on headshots. Oh, there's a nuke. We're gonna pick that up at the end of the wave, so that way we're maximizing our points here. Like there's just a handful of zombies left. That looks like just about all of them. Good. Now we pick up the nuke. That way we're not missing out on 3 points. Got enough money to pack a punch here. Go ahead and give that a shot.
This day just started looking
You'll notice our ammo counter just got insane.
Salvage what is left of them.
Take the additional salvage that you do have. We're going to prioritize getting our gun upgraded here. I like to throw dead wire on early. If you want to save up to get the weapon tier to be higher, I get it.
You see the face on that thing?
Pushing the color rarity up is always a win.
Thanks for smiling.
But with having the suppressor combined with vulture rate here pretty soon, we're going to be getting enough salvage drops.
That must have been Den's
We'll get there.
Church groundskeeper. Good guy.
Alright, got our ammo.
Seems lucky to
Saving
stick
up
around
money.
the end, though.
Just need a little bit more to get through that door. Once we go through this door, we're going to pick up the part in the shed. You can see the shed is highlighted over there. And we're also going to grab an additional component next to Speed Cola. That's going to be our next part piece for the Wonder Weapon step. Money here, let's walk through. Open the shed with the key that we just got. Grab the brake.
Up in here.
Run
Good
down
find. That's got to be the handbrake for the thrustodyne weapon.
steps. Grab the water valve.
That should fit any standard pressure control.
Make sure to
valve.
crouch next to speed. Grab the extra capital. And that lightning bolt is just massive. Bonus points. Love that for us. Always good. Alright. Once you hit 1,000, we're going to want to go and upgrade our gun to blue. I'll repeat that when we get 1,000. Cool. So the water valve is kind of an important step in the Easter egg, and it's very tricky. That's kind of where they throw the most heat at you, in my opinion. So before going into that part on the Easter egg, it is strongly encouraged that you kind of hang around a little bit and farm up some points and get some perks. So first perk we're going to grab, by the way, this machine spawns on round 1 if you're playing directed mode. If not, Quick Revive's down there in the corner. We're going to grab Quick Revive first. And then we're going to grab Jug. Salvage stuff. Cool. Just kind of abusing the fact that we have insta-kill right now. Very nice quality of life. As many crit hit kills as we can. Double points. A little late, but we'll pick it up anyways. There's a couple zombies out here as well. Okay. Perfect. Now we got enough money here for Jug. Go ahead and grab Jug. And now that I think about it, might as well just open this door. Grab Jug here anyways, but it's okay. On the ground here. Next number, 20. So we got 2 numbers now. We got the first number and the last number. Ooh. Armor plating. So we're gonna start dropping off on damage here if we have to keep worrying about these armor plates. So next priority is gonna be getting the perks to deal with that. Now when you start this up, it's going to trigger some zombies to come in. There's going to be ones with yellow eyes and purple eyes. The one with purple eyes are spawning because of this event. Yellow is just regular. So we're going to hit that and kind of grab as much as we can from it. And then leave it alone, but stay inside the lanes. It's really important that you don't leave the lanes because then that progress will start to fade away. And you want to keep all the progress you make on that. It's just kind of important. So we cleared out quite a bit of zombies here. Grab these 2 kills and then go back and start turning that valve again. Get as much progress as you can. It's coming up. It's just one of them. I'm gonna take a couple hits. Keep moving on. Okay, hit the valve again. Oh, well that sucks. Was gonna hit the valve for a little bit there, but got bound up. Rotating. Good. You'll notice that zombies, you don't need to be like in a panic mode all the time. There's a method to the madness when it comes to movement. You don't actually need to fire any shots to live in this game. It just takes shots to move forward. So you'll see, I'll get a little bit of a train going on here. Anybody can do this. You see, I don't have stamina. I'm not actually sprinting, though later in the rounds you'll be faster moving zombies, so you'll want to sprint. But we're just going to do some figure eights, some circles, kind of bob and weave. The flow of zombies. Just run through them. And then eventually you kind of get them all lined up here in a nice little pretty bow. You can hose them down. 3 headshots all day. Ooh, we did get a mangler. This is another important thing to call out here. We want that mangler arm, so shoot the arm. It'll break it off of them, and then you can shoot them in the head. Grab that mangler arm. Yes, that is a really big deal that we got that right there. Finish out the water gauge. Then we're going to take this mangler arm and go get another piece of our wonder weapon here. We have the ability to get the wiring. Key for the vault, we're going to grab that.
Off the shopping list. This better be worth it.
Pick up stamina. Way.
It's time to outrun the competition.
Stamina up is hands down the best it's ever been in a COD Zombies for this game.
Armed and fucking ready.
Boom.
Down. Nice work. Let's
Got that opened up. Shoot it with the mangler arm. One shot ought to do it. We're going to shoot these salvage piles on the ground here. Some of them will give you scrap, some of them will give you bad guys, but one of them will give you wires. That's the one we're looking for. So there's a nuke right there. We are not picking that up. Nukes are bad, unless it's the end of the round. We do not like nukes. We're not going to pick them up. They are wasted points. Can't tell you how many matches online I've played where people see a nuke and then they go straight for it. Once you kill all the zombies like that, then you grab it. Alright, looking for that scrap pile. This looks like one. There it is. Our electric wires.
That's the wiring for the jet gun. I think
Upgrade
that's
the
everything
blue
we need for
tier.
the jet gun. Let's head back to the motel and slap this thing together.
Grab
That's
armor.
Dr. Lane. Joined the physics team last
Crouch
year.
back, quick revive, and
Nice
we're
enough
looking
guy,
good.
but weird.
So next perk we're gonna get is Vulturade. You'll notice my ammo counter down there, and if you're playing, ammo is kind of a tough one to come by. Don't drop max ammos all the time. So Vulturade kind of helps with that. I'm gonna grab the wonder weapon, print out.
Definitely not Janus sanctioned.
We're gonna go collect the parts to get the wonder weapon. Wow, purple GS45 off the rip. Might have to pick. Just might. So I'm gonna run without the wonder weapon in my hand. Use the left mouse button to suck things up, not the right. The right will do like a detonation, and then you have to wait for it to cool down again. Absolute nightmare trying to wait for that thing to come off a cooldown. Happened to one of my buddies. Just a tough time.
Oh no.
Just suck up this next part here. Awesome. Switch back.
Got any theories about
Couple zombies right here, as well as a mangler. We're gonna take advantage of these 3 points.
Rest in pieces, asshole.
Excellent. Grab this Hellstorm. You no longer need the Mangler arm anymore. That's the zombies. Gonna hit that nuke again right there at the end. Plate up. If they're on the ground, grab them while you can. We are going to grab Vulture Aid. I think we're just a few credits shy of being. But I would love to get a headshot. We'll come back for it. Staying on that roof is kind of a bad idea. It gets hot quick, and sometimes it's tough to get out. We're gonna grab this last part here. It's inside the church. It's gonna give us everything we need to build an LTG.
Time to construct the LTG device.
We're gonna head back to the building that we were on to build that LTG, but not before clearing out a few of these zombies here. Just because we don't want too many up there with us when we're building. Now we're getting salvage drops like crazy. The sooner you get Vulture Aid, the better.
Who are you talking to?
You can notice we're starting to get some ammo back. It just kind of keeps you topped off. It's like the old Cold War version of Mule Kick, you know, you get ammo drops on kills. It's nice. Vulture Aid is Death Perception and Mule Kick in one. Go here, we're going to grab our dead shot. We're going to build the LTG.
How does this LTG thing work?
Awesome. We're going to grab the LTG. And we're going to take this back over to the graveyard. I like to start with the graveyard spawn first. However you want to do it is up to you. Go ahead and grab our Ethereum canister. Throw a plate on. Get cozy. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. If you notice when I pick this up, I can't actually sprint right now. So for some guns like SMGs, combined with the balance stock and stamina, you can notice you're moving faster. Like if you look when I came down sights, I'm walking faster. It come in handy in a tricky situation, that's for sure. Wow, we got really lucky there. We're gonna take this insta-kill and make it work for us. And now we just got to defend this canister here. It's going to take 60 seconds. Any of the purple eyes are going to run into it. We just want to make sure that doesn't happen. There's a couple good spots to stand on this. I kind of like to stand back here, so if a zombie spawns behind me, he either runs past me like that, or will hit me. And it's better if he hits me rather than going into the portal.
Defend the device. Don't let them crash the gateway before it opens.
Prevent as many of these guys from walking in crap as possible. Good. Oh, that's unfortunate. But we're good. Boss is spawning. Okay, so this is a 50-50 shot of being a mangler or a dog. Let's see which one we end up getting. Looks like we got the mangler, so that's cool. We're just gonna bring him over to the trap that we placed down. Pop that helmet off of him. We'll take a little bit, but eventually you'll get it. And then you'll start doing bonus damage to his head. Alright, so now he's weak. You'll notice that he's got some purple flying around him. That's exactly how you want him queued up. We're going to wait for him to get a little closer to us. And then we're going to activate the Dark Aether Field Generator. There he is. So now we're going to grab it. We're going to run over here. We want to bring him into this purple portion of the trap that we have queued up. Because that's where our canister's at. This guy's just going to keep shooting us. Love that, bro. Okay, come on, bud. There he goes. Now he's in, so we're going to kill him while he's in there. Awesome. You're going to notice his soul flies out with a canister. Grab said canister.
We are all still here. Didn't I tell you I just want to end this chaos?
We gotta walk it back to the church. You're on a timer here. Just make sure you kind of pick it up and head in the general direction of the church as you go. Put that canister in there. It's going to dump out a Strauss counter. Now the Strauss counter is used for linking up 3 devices throughout the map.
To get your hands on it, you'll need a
So we're going to look at this. If it says high, it means low, inverse. So we're going to hit that once, and that's good.
You really should look him up.
There's 3 clicks you can do on those machines, low, medium, and high. You want to do the opposite of whatever you see on the scanner. Now we're going to walk over to this one. You can see medium, awesome. So we're going to go ahead and hit this twice. 1, 2, that's good to go. And then we're going to run over to the last one, which is on top of the bank. And we are going to have to open up. It's the only way you can get to it. This barricade right here. So look at it. It's medium as well, so that's 2. If it was low, you'd have to hit it 1, 2, 3 times. In the box, you're going to notice all these machines are going to start shooting beams at the next canister. That means you've done the step correctly. I like to then take this Strauss counter back to the church because I had decoys. Those are more valuable to me. We also have 2,500 salvage, so I'm going to go ahead and cash that in here and turn this into a purple tier weapon. Okay. Does more damage. It's good for everybody. See, hopefully our decoys are still here and we did this step fast enough. We did not. Bummer. Okay, so we're out 2 decoys. No biggie. You can sometimes have a chance of getting them back by shooting the crystals in here. However, that's starting to look like that's not going to be the case. Whew. Getting ourselves in a little tight position here. Gonna run around.
Just a little longer. If this works.
At this point, I'm just that.
Some of these armor plating. Excellent. And we do have a purple key, so I'll show you how that kind of works out too. First, go ahead and grab our LTG, because we need to keep that with us. Cool. And then we're going to head over to the bowling alley again. I'm pretty sure the number is 45, but safe. We're going to go ahead and give it a check. It's like a side Easter egg, if you will. The last number is 45. Then we're going to head over to the bank. The bank is 20. So 20 something 45. Last one. Comic book store. Underneath the counter. So 20, 52, 45. Awesome. Take this and swing around town. They do not hurt you if you're typing in the passcode, so don't feel like you're under pressure. We're going to do 20, 52, 45. Make sure you type in the correct number before moving on to the next one, because you can't go back. When you get it right, it'll be 3 green numbers, and then it'll slowly open for you. Anglers drop keys. We have a purple key, so we're going to go ahead and put that in the vault. If you want, pro tip, first time you come in is 500. Hit it when you have a double points. You'll get 1,000. And then we have a whole bunch of lock boxes here. We can kind of pick any one that we want. With this one. Doesn't matter, they're totally random. Oh, look at that, we got a legendary DM10. Not bad. I actually really like that gun. But we're not going to be able to use it in this run. We're just going to stick with the gun that we have. Got the wonder weapon in this one. Actually, you know what? This wonder weapon's so trash. We're just going to take the DM10. That'll despawn, so you'll never get it again. But you don't need it anymore, and it only slows you down. Open up the map here. Kind of nice for moving around quickly. I'm gonna grab that canister that we opened up. Place it right next to this trap. Kind of like Ghostbusters. And we're gonna queue up this LTG.
Don't start shit you can't finish.
Try to hit as many zombies as you can. Some can get through, which is okay. The mini-map helps. I'm always keeping my eyes on the mini-map during this, just to catch any ones that I don't see spawning in my vision or my peripheral. Yeah, I know there's one behind me now. Keep eyes on that mini-map. Gotta reload. Good. We got 9 seconds left on this. If you do end up failing this, you can always retry it. I feel like this is the one chance that you have. And if you do accidentally kill the boss that you're trying to spawn before you capture his soul in the trap, you can also retry it, and you won't need to redo that 60 seconds. But he's going to spawn and open his mouth. We're going to take advantage of that and take him down as fast as we can. Don't kill him. Can happen. Wait for that mouth to open up. Shoot him till he gets a little low. So like that. See how he's got purple around him? Perfect. Gonna hit the trap, bait him into it, and just stand on the other side of it and shoot him while he's in it. Perfect. Soul flies in. Gonna grab that canister and makes a long haul back to the church. Can't sprint with this canister, so just make sure that you know, you're moving fast as you can.
Thanos, when this is over, we'll need you to come in for debrief.
The sooner we get rid of this dead weight, the better off we are.
Well, Blanchard, you have your orders.
And at this point, we are queued up for the final boss. Once we put this into the device, the next step is to start the final boss encounter. So in this time frame, you should do whatever it takes. I wouldn't hit the button just yet, even though you can. It'll say have to activate. Let's take some time here and kind of set ourselves up for success. For some people, you know, that are newer to zombies, it is important to kind of be set up so that way everything is as easy as it possibly can be, and you're gonna actually make it through the final encounter, because it would be a real shame if you ended up dying on the final boss. It does happen to all of us, especially you know, the first few times around. It is not easy, and you have to learn the boss mechanics. I think it's kind of fun to not look up how the boss fight goes before you do it, just because that way you can kind of go in blind, and it's the experience that the developers catered for you. Alright, so we got double pack on our gun, and we are going to try to get a couple more perks here. I'd like to farm up a little bit and see if we can't get elemental pop, speed cola, and PhD flopper. All of those are pretty solid. We don't need melee macchiato unless you're running a melee only build, which I'd be so happy to show you guys if you're curious. Yes, you can play zombies. Yes, you can only use knives. It is an awesome gameplay experience, and it just presents a whole new set of challenges. But they develop zombies around it. It's actually super fun, and I'm not going to say easier, but in some cases, the boss fights are insanely easy because the knives hit so hard. If you pack a punch your knife and get it all the way up to legendary, you can hit for 40 to 80,000. You can see I'm shooting 50,000 right there, right? 80,000. Imagine that. 25,000, 40,000. It depends on what kind of melee weapon you're using. Some of them attack faster, some of them hit harder. Some of them don't have a lot of reach. And it was kind of a big deal back in Cold War Melee only builds were like the funnest thing ever. The size, it's so fast, and we're just an absolute riot to use. I'm not sure if they do it in this game, but there is an achievement for staying in the first room with only a melee weapon and only getting kills with melee weapons for a certain amount of rounds. I can't remember if it's 10 rounds or something like that, but it's a fun little challenge if you're looking for that extra little spike in difficulty. You'll notice too when you play on solo mode, if you look down in the bottom left where my armor plates are, you can see there's a little plus with a syringe next to it. That is a self-revive kit. Every solo player gets one. You can craft them if you burned yours at the craftable station. I'll show you guys that right now. I think it costs about 1,500 salvage. The goal is to not have to do that, because the more salvage you can save up, you can then spend on leveling up your gun. Not sure if I said it before, but if a mangler is not spawning and you are trying to get that mangler arm after you watch this video, you try to do the Easter egg and you're opening up the electronics store and it just won't drop for you, you can craft it for 1,250 at that craftable bench and push through it. Again, highly advised you don't do that. Hang on, be patient. Mangler will spawn and shoot his arm. It will drop. And if you shoot him in the head, it has a chance. We're gonna save up an extra 6k here. Just trying to get myself PhD flopper. Get a couple more headshots while we're at it. You could Pack-a-Punch your gun to Pack-a-Punch rarity T3, however, I don't think it's absolutely necessary to get through the boss fight with that. What I will say that I am going to do is hang around here and train up a little bit more. Because I want the points to be able to do the 3-plate armor. You notice down in the bottom, I only have 2 plates. That's from buying it for $4 grand in the comic book store. There's also one on the other side of the bank. Hang out here for a little bit. This is a really good place to train. There's a lot of open space. Kind of like at the actual bowling alley in Liberty Lanes. It's just kind of, you know, nice to run around in this spot, get them all together.
At this point,
Now that we got the train set up, drop them down. I like to set my hair across it at like a certain height because I know I can get headshots if I'm at head level. Oh, that's hilarious. If you have a brain rot zombie and you run through him, he'll actually trigger your PhD Dr. Ram. That was a good round. We're at 4,900 salvage, so at 5k we will go and cash that in and turn this into a legendary weapon, and by then we should have about 10 grand and we will go into the boss fight.
Shooting them anywhere else.
As you can see, I'm on round 15. In directed mode, round 15 is as high as it goes, so you just keep recycling round 15. It's super nice because it kind of keeps the heat down, the damage values in a fixed point. And so when you go to do the boss fight, you know, you're doing it at round 15 with gear that you should have by round 30. And that's what kind of makes this an enjoyable experience, because you can play zombies confidently without knowing that anything bad's gonna happen. You know, you might slip up or screw up or have an unwanted down, but you can recover pretty quickly because the game difficulty doesn't pull away from you so much. Directed mode is certainly one of my favorite game modes. It's a great way to practice. You can rinse and repeat rounds and get comfortable with, you know, movement and the pace, if you will, of how you want to do your run. Because a lot of the time, you can actually get to the boss fight before round 15. And if you're playing in standard mode, it is highly recommended that you take all that comes at you as fast as you can do it. So the sooner you get into this boss fight, the better. And I like to try to get into this room if I'm playing on standard mode and you're pushing the boundaries of the speed. You can get in by around 13.
Do this right, and the SDG will unleash a neutralizing energy wave.
Oh boy. So for this boss fight, it is kind of imperative that you keep on the kills. And by that I mean don't let guys kind of spawn at you and train them up. You'll have to do that at some point, but if you stay on top of it, you can manage the amount that kind of gets thrown at you, and you don't get overwhelmed. The moment you start kind of laying back and not prioritizing the shots, you will have a harder time. You can see I'm just checking my corners. Once I clear a spot out on the map like this one, I'm going to turn to the next. There's always stuff to deal with. The final bosses will spawn. It's the two guys that we had in the LTG, so one from the graveyard and the one from the street. They're going to spawn in as like major bosses. And you'll know there's a difference because regular guys have like a red skull, whereas the major bosses will have a red skull with horns. So we're just going to keep getting kills, fill up this soul box. Notice every now and again a kill will throw a orb into that orb. Like this, right here. Orb going up. Flying. Perfect. Keep it rolling. Alright. Perk spawns, that means we're going into the next part of the run. Boss.
Oh, it's just as you promised.
Awesome.
Each orb is growing.
Should be here any minute now. Gotten quite a few kills. Oh, I think I hear him. There he is. See how he's red? He's got a little bit of like a demon skull above his head. That's the boss. So we're going to take him down as fast as we can. Shoot him in the head because it's going to pop his helmet armor plating. And just keep rotating around the room. Either clockwise or counterclockwise. Occasionally check your back. Make sure that nobody can block you. And backpedal. Pedal back, pedal back, pedal. We're doing good here. That boss went down. We're gonna hang on, get a couple more kills until the dog spawns in.
You picked the wrong day to have a head.
Yeah. See, it's almost like relaxed now. Where are the zombies? Because we've been staying on top of it. Get rid of them as they spawn. Alright, max ammo. We're gonna get it, but we're gonna grab it anyways. Perfect. Kills. Alright, starting to come at us a little bit faster now. Take them out where they stand.
Sucks when your whole plan goes up at the same time.
The vermin, or the parasites, if you will, the guys on the ground suck because they hit you pretty hard on the armor front, and they hit you fast enough to where you'll consume plates faster than you want to. Here's our second boss, by the way. We'll just do everything in our power to kind of avoid things. But yeah, so they can make you drain all your plates if you're not paying attention, and it's really important that when you plate up that you melee after you've been plating, because then that way you won't consume all of them. It'll like stop you from putting them out. That's good. We killed the final boss there. So now it's going to trigger a wipe mechanic. If you have Dying Wish on your quick revive, you won't actually go down. It's kind of silly. But yeah, you're supposed to go down. Don't worry. That's part of the cutscene. So you'll see right here, he's gonna do this wipe mechanic. He's gonna release a wave. Boom, right there. Dying wish proc. I'm still walking around. But the cutscene triggers like we're down.
Alpha team, how copy?
And I'll let you guys
Tell me
listen
what just happened.
to this.
Any station this net, what is your status? Thanos, if you've hurt them, I swear I'll...
No interruptions for this next part.
Thank you, my friends, for volunteering to take my place here. Or, in your parlance, thank you for being voluntold. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a few scores to settle. Bye-bye, Dark Ether.
Alrighty. If you made it this far, you beat the Easter egg. Congratulations. No small feat. And if you do it on standard mode, it's even more of a feat. Appreciate you guys all sticking around. If you learned something and you got something out of it and you had a good time, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, supports the channel. And stay tuned for the next content where we will run different Easter eggs, maybe even different Call of Duties, different games, you name it. We'll do guides for everything. Take it easy. Peace.